condensed timeline this morning, so we do need to end by 9:30 so that we can prepare for Ms. McNiven's presentation on emergency preparedness at 10. So, but thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to updating you in just a moment. All right, folks. I think we're going to go ahead and get started. I would like to ask the favor that if you are joining today and we're not part of our meeting on the 7th, please do let me know in the chat box, please. Otherwise, I am going to, I've got all of the information that I did last week, but I wanted to primarily focus on updating you on our conversations with the business community thus far. My name is Winter Torres, and I am the Deputy City Attorney for Policy. And I think I would like to go around and have folks introduce themselves. I will go through, I will go through my Brady Box order, if that's okay with everybody else. So, Counselor, you are first up.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Counselor Cynthia Borrego, District 5, and I am here to just thank Winter and Tori and all of the city staff that helped with this closed captioning ordinance. It's 1986, and we passed it. The city council passed it unanimously, and I also want to thank Stephen Frazier, who's the chair, one of the co-chairs of the Committee of Communication Access. And they came to me about a year ago, I guess, and asked if I was interested in sponsoring this. And I approached Councilor Pena and then Councilor Sanchez, and they were both interested in working with us to get this closed captioning ordinance passed for television receivers at businesses to assist in equal access for communication for all.
Counselor, we can't hear you. Counselor, your computer. Counselor? Counselor Borrego? Counselor Borrego?
Can't hear me. This is also a This is also a anniversary for the passage of the Americans with Disabilities, right, Winter? And so it's really timely, I think, that we're passing this and that we have passed it and that we're implementing it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, Councillor.
Thank you.
Mr. Fraser?
Yes, what is it you're asking for?
Just an introduction.
Okay, well, my name is Steve Fraser. I'm the co-chair of the Committee for Communication Access in New Mexico, which is an organization composed of representatives of various hearing loss groups, government agencies, and so forth, who want to raise awareness and availability of assistance of various types to people with hearing loss. We had a bill passed in the legislature a year ago that requires audiologists and hearing aid dispensers to counsel their clients in a technology that they had not been telling them about, that I'm using right now to hear the proceedings through sound being transmitted silently to my hearing aids. The other problem that people with hearing loss have is watching television when there are no captions. And so, like San Francisco and many other cities around the country, we came up with the idea of getting a bill introduced here in Albuquerque that would provide an ordinance requiring that captions be turned on in public places, so that if somebody's sitting in a doctor's office or in a sports bar or a restaurant and there's a TV playing, they will know what's being said. And Councilor Borrego was very graciously agreeable to carrying this bill to the city council, and it passed with a unanimous vote, making Albuquerque one of the latest cities to have such an ordinance.
Thank you, Mr. Fraser. Crystal?
Good morning. I'm Crystal Velarde, the program coordinator for the Office of Civil Rights.
All right, and the next box I have is Karina Gutierrez.
Winter, we may need to allow Karina to turn her video on. She is deaf.
Sure. Crystal, do you control that?
This is Tori. I sent a request for her to start her video, but it's possible that Karina is in a place where video is not able to be used. Karina works with the Governor's Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing persons. I am blanking at the moment on her exact title, but she assists with some of their advocacy.
Great. Thank you for joining us. Next, I have Dennis Stidham. I apologize if I mispronounced that. I don't see any audio capability for, there we go.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dennis Stidham. I work for New Mexico Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing as a communication advocate. doing a variety of things, individual advocacy in regards to communication access, as well as going to a variety of events with booths to display equipment that is accessible to the deaf and hard of hearing community.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I believe I saw Ms. Gutierrez's video come on for a moment.
Yes, hello, my name is Corina. I am the Director of Community Advocacy for the State of New Mexico's Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing.
Thank you for joining us.
Maybe to chime in a minute ago, I didn't realize that I needed to turn my camera on.
We're still all learning. Next in my Brady box, I have Andrea again.
Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea again. I'm actually one of the interpreters for this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. And now Rhonda, I'm going to try my best with this name, Methvin.
That's perfect. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Rhonda Methvin. I'm with the Department of Aviation. I am currently the interim ADA coordinator. I'm the airport's engineer and planning manager. And recently we had an FAA ADA audit. And one of the issues that was brought up was the closed captioning. So that's why I'm here today.
Rhonda, I am familiar with your name from that audit, and I actually should talk to you because we had a question about aviation, and I indicated I would reach out, and I was going to reach out to Nika, but I think you are probably the best person to talk to, so I will be giving you a call.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
Great. Thank you for joining us. Isis?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Isis Rebel, and I'm a legal project manager for the city of Albuquerque.
Susana Santillan?
Hi, good morning. I'm Susana Santillan with New Mexico Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing. I am also the community advocate specialist like Dennis, and we provide all free resources to the deaf and hard of hearing and deafblind community. We provide education, presentations, advocacy regarding ADA, effective communication, trying to break down those communication barriers and a lot of other more resources. Thank you.
Thank you. Jordan?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jordan Vargas. I am the Americans with Disabilities Act Title II coordinator for the city of Albuquerque, and Title II focuses on access for state and local government.
We are so happy that we have Jordan now. Tori?
Good morning. I'm Tori Jacobus. I run the Office of Civil Rights here at the city of Albuquerque. Thank you all so much for joining us this morning.
All right, Myra Sandoval.
Good morning. My name is Myra. I work for the New Mexico Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing. I am also a community advocate doing the same type of work as the others.
Thank you for joining us. And in a minute, it looks like I've got a sort of an abbreviated name. I'm guessing that the last name is, the first name starts with a K, and I'm guessing the last name is probably Garcia.
Hi everyone, my name is Kendra Garcia, and I actually just here to listen and learn more about this situation, but I'm from Santa Fe. I work for New Vistas. I'm an advocate for individuals with disabilities. as well as a youth coordinator for those. Thank you.
Great, thank you for joining us. Lisa Dignan?
Good morning. I am the Director of Community Engagement, and I apologize, my dog has decided to bark right now. I also am with the Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing.
Thank you. They seem to know. And then the last individual I see in my Brady box is Barbara Ibanez.
Yeah, hello. Hi, this is Barbara Ibanez. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, well, since most of us were on the call last week that really went through what the closed captioning ordinance is going to do, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. I am going to let you know, we had a conversation earlier this morning with a few of the chambers of commerce, and I wanted to let you know how that went and some of the ideas that they came up with in terms of getting the word out to the business community. And I think they actually really had some great ideas even for that we can do as well. So this morning, the Hispano Chamber joined us, as well as the African American Chamber of Commerce. We also had the West Side Chamber of Commerce. And also importantly, we had the Association of Commerce and Industry, which is more like a statewide Chamber of Commerce, but they were able to join us this morning as well. Unfortunately, the Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce was not able to join us this morning, but we will be in touch with them. We have already. Our Office of Economic Development actually helped set up this meeting this morning so that we could have some conversations with them in light of the governor's renewed order to shut down most restaurants again that happened on Friday. And so we wanted to be sensitive to the situation that they have been placed in again. As I explained to them when we were rolling this out, we thought we need to get this out because the businesses with screens are going to be up and running again, and we thought we'd be really rolling down that road where we hoped we would be, but here we are again. So it was a great meeting. There was no resistance whatsoever to just turning on your closed captioning. We offered up both the Office of Civil Rights, who is responsible for this ordinance, as well as our small business office to help provide guidance to any business that needs it, to include, if we have to, go down and help them turn it on. And then I wanted to share some great ideas that that we are planning to pursue that came out of that meeting as well. So we will be doing adding a web page to the Office of Civil Rights that will provide the ordinance, as well as the administrative instruction and the PowerPoints that we have on this ordinance that sort of break it down and make it simpler. Prior to that, we are going ahead and going to provide the ordinance, the administrative instruction, and the PowerPoint to the chamber so they can send that out via email if they'd like. But it sounds like, the Association of Commerce and Industry is going to wait till we have the web page up, which shouldn't be too long. And they will send that web page out with basically all of the information in one page, on one page, and they will send that out to their membership. Hispano Chamber had a great idea. We're going to work with them to do a video on that can be shared, that will be recorded and can be shared about the ordinance, so they can share that with their membership. And then, and this was a great idea, and the Hispano Chamber also recommended, and so we're going to be working with the Office of Economic Development on this, on providing the, creating, designing, and then providing some little stickers that would say that that business is providing closed captioning. And, everybody has to comply, but he pointed out that sort of a carrot for the businesses as well. And honestly, I think it probably is helpful. I know my parents definitely liked when they knew they were going to be able to understand what was on any screen. So I think that will be helpful. And yes, the meeting went well. There was no pushback. We explained that it's that the ordinance applies if they are if the receiver is technically capable of doing so. We explained how the ordinance came about, and that that we had the same question from them as we did last week from you about the timeline, and I explained again that we had gotten this all ready to go in March, and then and that's when the pandemic hit. But that we really thought it was important, given the current health emergency, to make sure that businesses, to the extent that they are up and operating and have a public-facing screen in a public area, have the closed captioning on, so that our deaf and hard of hearing community have the best immediate access to the same information that those of us with good hearing have. So really, I'm just here to answer any questions you might have. And I do plan to work with Councilor Borrego some more on additional media on this, but just wanted to give you guys an update on what we had spoken with the chambers. We will, of course, let you know when our webpage is up with all of the information in one location. And I'm also excited about this video that the Hispano Chamber will be doing, and hopefully we will be able to share that out as well. And then I presume we will also be speaking with you about the design of the sticker that communicates that the businesses have closed captioning up and running, so that is the most meaningful it can be to the community. And then we do have to be done by 9:30 because we do have to prep for the 10 a.m. meeting, but I just wanted to see if there are any questions.
This is Steve Frazier. I have one question. I'm just wondering how your office is going to interpret something that's in the ordinance, where closed captioning receiver, television receiver is defined. It says that other technology capable of displaying closed
Oh, you cut off.
Is covered by this ordinance.
I think I lost the audio from you in the most important part of your sentence, I think. I'm sorry, can you repeat it?
The ordinance says that it applies to, it says including but not limited to a television, display screen, digital set-top box, and other technology capable of displaying closed captioning for television or streamed programming. Now, I'm wondering if that would be interpreted to also require closed captioning, say on a PowerPoint presentation that may be streamed from the computer to a TV or from the computer to a projector that puts it on a screen. As I read that section of the ordinance, it would apply to that, but I wonder how you're interpreting that.
You know, that I think is a question we have got to resolve. I mean, it's brand new, so we haven't had the application, and I would need to do some legal research on that to make sure that I'm in alignment with existing law on that question. Of course, we would like to be able to provide the most access. Are you speaking maybe in particular to, I don't, do you think businesses have that, or is that more something that like a governmental entity would be responsible for?
Well, after this is investigated, I would appreciate it if the decision that is made could be relayed to me so that I can get in touch with various stakeholders and let them know how that portion is being interpreted.
Okay, we will look into that and let you know.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any further questions? Is there anybody that we have just a few more minutes, and I'm happy to go through sort of the basics of the ordinance and the administrative instruction if there's anybody here that was unable to join us last week. All right, well, if you have any questions regarding the ordinance or the administrative instruction, please feel free to reach out to our Office of Civil Rights or to myself, and we will do our best to find the correct answer for you. This is new for us as well, so we will be learning, and I look forward to that continued process with you. And I know that there will be a lot of consultation going on as I know, for instance, the city, how are we going to implement this ordinance ourselves? And so we will need to become the most familiar with the best technology or affordable technology too at this stage about how we can most effectively do this. And I think that will be helpful because as we learn, we can share that information with the business community and other governmental entities. If there's nothing else, thank you very much for joining us. I hope to see you at our 10 o'clock meeting on emergency and disaster preparedness. I'm looking forward to participating in that. And as always, please reach out to us if you have any questions.